Hello everyone and welcome to my Apocalypse Tank build video. This is my second time doing this because when I went to travel to showcase how the build works, the game crashed, you know, as you do. So I gotta do this whole shit song and dance again, hooray! I'm not very good at this either, so yeah. So I got full Leto Mark 1. You definitely want Leto Mark 1. You can go Leto Mark 2 as long as you don't go over 90 weight. And so that is an option. I got the Blooming Heart with health, armor, and damage reduction. It's really nice. I'm running the Pulse Rifle and Corrosive rounds because it does good damage. I'm running a Krell Axe because I like the Krell Axe more than the Hunter Spear. And you can use the Hunter Spear just so you have an extra ranged option should you run out of ammo. And Shielded Strike, which is really, really good. I'm running the Enigma with Fetid wounds so it can inflict corroded and have extra crit chance. It's mainly here to deal with the Annihilation's orbs during that boss fight in Apoc. Our Amulet is Difference Engine, which is extra 20% damage and 1.5 extra base damage as lifesteal. Well, you have a shield, which you'll almost always have a shield. Excess coil, so when using a skill, you get 25% of max health. Can't stack with itself, but that's fine. Rerouting cable. Spending stamina grants you 5% of your max health as shield for 5 seconds. And of course, you'll almost always spend some stamina. Dull steel rings, so you can at least medium roll. You don't want a fat roll. Fat roll is bad. Seal the Empress for increasing your max health, reducing your max stamina. It's mostly for the max health, that's really important. And so as you can see, our health is 201 with the Mudtooth Elixir at the bottom there. And of course we are using the Challenger. We're using it as a prime perk or prime archetype because we get the Death Defiance once every 10 minutes. We're using Stomp instead of Juggernaut. I prefer Stomp instead of Juggernaut for several reasons. That was a really loud sound effect for whatever reason. And though this is nice, extra movement speed, extra melee damage, reduced stamina cost, blah blah blah, increased melee damage, but also 3 stacks of bulwark. It's extra tankiness, yes. But there's a reason I don't use it, and that's because this got a 40-second cooldown, with his has a 48-second cooldown. And of course, this lasts 25 seconds, so it doesn't actually go on cooldown until those 25 seconds are up. And technically, you want to use this more often. Why? Because you can get off Intimidating Presence more often, therefore reducing enemy damage while increasing damage reduction a little. But also for using the excess coil to get a quarter of your health with shields if you need it. Real quick, real nice, real easy. It's okay. Here's the DPS of the Pulse Rifle with as you can see, this DPS is good. I like the Pulse Rifle. As long as you're good at using it, it can do quite a lot for you. Otherwise, it does even better with this. Doing extra damage. It may look like it's doing less damage, but I think that's technically because of the distance between me and the thing because of the Challenger's thing. Yeah, that, or maybe it does do less damage. No. I think that was just my brain seeing it as more damage, I don't know. My brain's sorry right now. And of course we have the Enigma. Does alright DPS, it's not very good. It's mostly for, again, dealing with the orbs, we need to deal with groups. The Enigma, I would say, is not necessary for any other reason besides fighting Annihilation. And of course the axe, throw it, you get shields because it's got Shielded Strike. And that's basically the video for the build details in particular. So this is all it is right here. traits though, Fortify of course, maximum armor effectiveness, as much health as possible. That's really important. Regrowth is nice to have. Expertise, I would highly recommend maxing out. Spirit is nice to have. It's not necessary since you're not really going to be generating much mod power anyways. Barkskin, I would say, is necessary. Recovery is very necessary, more than you would think. Siphoner for 3% extra lifesteal, which is real good, especially with the difference engine. And Revivalists, just in case you're playing with other people, you can revive them pretty fast. And of course you can take points, say, out of Spirit or Revivalists. And even Regrowth if you wanted to, but I probably wouldn't. And throw it into a different trait. That you would be more comfortable with. Well, other ways, let's go check its effectiveness, and hopefully the game doesn't crash when I fast travel this time, because that was really annoying. The game didn't crash yet. Alright, so we're here to test out the build. So we couldn't see part of the build in the main zone because a good portion of the build is actually using rerouting cable as much as possible. And of course you can't do that since your stamina doesn't drain in the main zone. Are they up above or are they... Yeah. Damn it. And so there's that. I like to use the axe for several reasons, because of course if you're throwing the axe, it consumes stamina, and it also has shielded strike, so it gets you a lot of shield out of it.
Trespasser! Kill him!
The spear might be better because it does higher base damage and therefore is affected by the lifesteal more. I just like the axe. Personal preference.
They're coming at me!
Of course, if you are having free time or you're reloading your gun, you want to use your roll as much as possible to stack up that rerouting cable bonus as much as you can.
Shit.
Roll every now and then, spend stamina in some way to keep that rerouting cable up. Allow you to take a lot more extra damage. And of course, while you're reloading, as long as you're not interrupting it by jumping or getting staggered, rolling does not interrupt your reload.
All right.
So here's Big Dude. Big Dude is Big Dude. He's big. What you do? And so we'll hit his ass and aggro him. And we're just gonna eat a hit from this guy once. That is pretty good. There's a lot of that. Eat a second hit. Didn't even take out all his health. Shield is a lot more effective than you might think. Especially because we have a lot of it. Of course, it can move into making do less damage. And of course, damage reduction as well, by a bit. And there you go.
Stop the trespassers!
And so far, things are doing quite well. The other reason I use the axe over the spear is because it does inflict a status effect, which certain enemies are a little more resistant to attacks that don't inflict status effects. So having that to kind of bypass some of their defense is really, really nice. And so we're just going to do a quick run through of this
Take
zone.
him out!
Show you what it can do, how it can tank. It's good at tanking me. We got the oracles for Fugi here because we have the kid. Enigma's nice because it has really weird and inconsistent hitboxes. Get the shielded strike up. Don't put yourself in a really bad position and you'll be fine. Swings pretty fast on its own because you do really need the extra shield quick, and you're playing something in melee combat, just swing that shit. I preferably like to,
Kill the stranger!
of course, spend stamina to get my shields. Because, you know, stamina is a good portion of these shields.
Here it comes!
Shield and Strike is also a good portion of the shield, so it can be your main choice as well in terms of doing damage.
I'll blow you to pieces!
Glad that's over.
And we're almost there. I'd like to show a little more tougher enemies for higher damage, but as you can see in APOC difficulty, we're taking not much damage overall. This one requires a little more, I would say finesse is that the word I'm looking for here? It requires a little more usage.
Is that a castle?
I'm bad at words, so, you know. What I'm trying to say is it requires more effort to really get things going. But it's really effective, and when I was playing an APOC with 3 other people, this build alone survived and killed the boss, the hard version of the Talrata fight, when I was playing with the randoms, by joining them. I revived them as much as I can. I ran out of relic uses, but luckily this build really doesn't need them most of the time. And so, as you can see back there, it was pretty effective at just eating hits. Even though it's only got, what, 65% damage resistance, which you can easily get up to 15% more. Which would reduce a lot of the damage you take, but the shield, the damage reduction from shields is really nice. And of course, Stomp to get some shields, get a little bit more damage resistance and also reduce the enemy's damage if you hit them, is, in my opinion, more valuable than Juggernaut because the ability just goes immediately on cooldown. And you can hold 2 of these just in case you want an emergency button. And of course, if you get surrounded, the Stomp is good for taking out some of the small fries. And using this ability gives you a stagger resistance. But anyways, that is the build. I hope you enjoyed. And I hope you are here for potentially more build videos if and when I make them. So until next time, thank you for joining. I'll see you later. Have fun. Good night.